Hello and welcome to Baby Steps in Create Studio 4 Part 2, starting from scratch. I'm Tony at Tony's Tutorials and we're on version 4.0.5 of Create Studio 4. Right. Last week we told you about the home screen and what the buttons are for and things like that. So now we're going to go to the Start from Scratch button, which is here, and left click on it with the mouse and you go to the new project area, which is the canvas area here. Right, if you look over to your left side, you've got the Create Studio logo there, which you can click on that and it does nothing. Right, then you've got these icons down the side vertically going down, and the first one's media, so that's the media tabs where you can get media from places like VecTZ, Pexels, Pixabay, Giphy, Cover and svgapi.com. You can also add media from here and you can also set it to global. If you just add media to the media folder, it's just for that particular project. If you click it to global and send the media to global, then it will be okay for any future projects. Right, you can search as well and you can add a new folder, so if you've got more than one set of folders that you want to fill up in here by adding those particular images, and like say they're all characters of one type and you want to keep them separate from the others, you can do that. Right, but we're going to go into that more intently later on. At the moment we're just going to leave that for now. Next we've got the scenes area, where you've got lots of different pre-made scenes which you can deal with in the future. We'll get into that in the future as well. Here the next one is like a rocket sign, and that is studio area, which is the defaulted one that's put on when you first come onto the new project tab or the Start from Scratch tab. Right, because there's a lot of assets here which you can use for all sorts of kinds of projects. Right, so I will get into that fully at a later date, but at this moment I'm only just going to go through what these things are and what we're going to talk about in the future. So you've got the 3D creator, which is these 3D animated characters which you can change their style and everything with them, which I will do a full video on that. You've got your effects and components, which is useful for different effects that you want to do, like green screen, things like that, or even the camera and stuff like that. Right, and you've got like effects like particles and things like that going through the screen or whatever, you know. Then you've got call to actions are here as well. All these you just left click on to get on them, and call to actions, there you go, like that. They give you a lot of call to actions for different type of things, like your 16 by 9, your 9 by 16, your 1 by 1 and 4 by 5. So you can choose whichever ones you want for whatever thing you need. Right, then you got your music lower down, which gives you a search of the music library there. There's lots of different choices of style music there. You got your FX for sound effects. Then you got your speech, which has got your AI, which is which uses up your credits if you use the AI voices, but they are quite a lot better than the Google voices. The Google voices are free to use, you don't use credits for those, right? But the AI you do, right? Then you've got record, so you can record a video yourself by clicking on your microphone, make sure it's the right one. Like the Plantonics, for example, that's the one I'm using at the moment. So if I use that one and record, press the record and stuff like that. I will show you this more in the future. Then you've got transitions. These transitions are a bit different from some other transitions there is involved. These transitions can be used on any item on the timeline. Right, it doesn't have to be an actual background scene. You can use it on a character or anything else if you wanted to. Right, not that it'd look brilliant, it might do, it might not. It depends on the character or the item that you're using to put the the transition on, right? Then you've got the settings, which is the last thing on there. Right, so the settings, you've got your canvas color. You can change the color of your canvas. You can change the auto save time. Gives you options there, or you could probably yeah, I usually leave it at 5 minutes. I don't know whether you can actually click on it and change the time automatically. Now you can't. You can take off the autosave if you want to, but I wouldn't. I prefer to put the autosave on just in case. Right, editing mode. Now editing mode gives you low and high. Low improves the editing speed. High improves the actual image when you're doing the editing. But you don't need that. You only need it for when it's being saved. You need the high mode for when you're publishing it, not when you're editing it. And if it's low mode on editing, that's fine because it's not using so many resources up, right? Canvas mode, show. You need to show the canvas, because if you don't show your canvas and you hide it, you got no canvas there. So you know, so it's like that. So it's all automatically on show, right? Auto compact tracks is all automatically put onto default, and show timeline frames is also put on default. So that's that. You got your resolution here, so you can do your standard vertical, square, or portrait, and it gives you the size there, and you can change the size if you want to, depending on whether you've clicked on the little padlock here. You can change it from there, right? But I don't usually bother. I usually stay with the 1920 by 1080 unless I'm doing a vertical for some reason. And it gives you a preset of different things for Facebook, YouTube, X, Pinterest, and TikTok. I think that is, yeah, TikTok. Okay, so that's the choices on them. Okay, so we know what all that's about, right? Let's go back to there, right? Now, now we've done that, and we want to start by putting something on the screen, don't we? Now, so let's go to the backgrounds first, because that's most appealing part. So you can put any of these on once they've been downloaded. As you can see, there's a little download icon there by City View. Yeah, the City View one, which I'm by on with my cursor. As you can see, as I put my cursor on it, there's a blue rounded rectangle goes around the actual thing that you're pointing at with the cursor, right? What we'll do is we'll just download that one. It won't take 2 minutes. Just downloading off the cloud for the actual app, so it's Create Studio Cloud itself. Right, so what we need to do now is left click on it and drag it onto the scene. So there you go, that looks pretty good, doesn't it? Right, so what we're going to do next is, now we've got a scene on, as you can see, it's now on the timeline as well. So as you see these sliders, this slider actually moves the size of the timeline bigger or smaller, but this one moves you along the timeline, right? So we can do that, right? Now what we need to do is stretch the element on the timeline of this image to make it about 10 seconds. So we take it right to the end there. You can't see because I've got my image there, but if you see there's a slider right in this corner here, you have to do that to bring up the timeline if there's more stuff on it. If there's less stuff on it, you bring it down, but that is all the way to 10, this element, which is the image there, right? So now we've got that on, we can keep it in place by right clicking on it, and it says lock there. Right, as you can see, there's other things on there as well. So if we right click it again, I mean, unlock it first. We have to unlock it first. right click again, add animation, rename, copy, hide, lock, group, take snapshot and delete. If you want to delete it, click on that. Let's just lock it again. You can hide it, because if you hide it, it goes off the screen, look. Right, see? But let's show it again and then lock it. The reason you lock it is so you can't move it on the screen. So if you're dealing with something else and you want to just move that, then you know, it stops you from moving the image of the cityscape, right? As you can see, right, so we go back to the studio now, and what we'll do is we'll come out of the backgrounds. To do that, we need to go to this little left arrow up in the top left there, click on that with the left mouse button, and we'll go to just ordinary characters. We won't touch the 3D character creator, because I need to do that in a separate video, so I can explain to you all the things you can do with the characters. Right, so we'll just go to normal characters and get a normal character on there if we can. As you can see, these are the same sort of things. They show you different characters with different things, right? And let's go for a 3D character if we can. Let's just think about one. We'll go with a groom here, or maybe the pirate. We'll go for the groom. Let's just download him from the cloud. It'll take a few seconds, because obviously these are animated characters and they have certain animations on them, so you have to wait a short while for them. But it won't be long, about a minute maybe. So once you've done that and you've downloaded the character, you can put him on the screen by just left click on the actual character and drag it onto the scene, or you can drag it to the timeline if you wish, but I prefer to drag it to the scene, because then you can adjust it automatically straight away, more or less. So we're going to like this, and we can adjust him to be, take his feet off there, adjust him down here, and say pretend he's a bit smaller like that, so he's standing there on the roof. They could be singing that song, couldn't they? Up on the roof. Right, now as you can see, the character's got new actions and things like that. That's to put him in the middle, which you don't want. This one, you can switch him round, turn him round from left to right. And this one, distort the character. I wouldn't do that unless of course you wanted him at a side position, but I wouldn't do that anyway, because he'd look weird if you distorted him. Let's just try it actually, just to show you what I mean. Say so. That's not very good, is it? Let's just put that back like that. Right, so let's just put him back to smaller size like that. So he's on the roof. Alright, so we've got a character there. Now, when you've got a character, you can add a new action. New actions. Carrying bride, celebrating, driving a car, happy, holding a rose. Let's have him holding a rose, and let's just play that. Look, see, the first is waving. His default position was waving, and the next one is holding a rose. So let's just play it and show you what's actually happening. That looks pretty good, yeah. But he isn't walking or anything, because I haven't set it to walk. You can set it to walk, so let's go change. Let's change this, because look, action 1 is wave, action 2 is holding a rose. These are on the settings now, because the settings change for the new character or the new object. They'll change for everything, even for the background, right? So if you change the action 1 from wave, we can delete it, and we can have him holding a rose, and then add new action and have him walking, and you'll see what happens when I do that. So let's go to the beginning, and we're going to play it in a second when it stops. Okay, now let's just see what happens. He's holding a rose, and then he gets to this area here and he'll start walking, but as you can see he's not moving anywhere. The reason for that is because you have to add animation here, and this will be done on a video view in the future, because that's advanced mechanism, right? I'm only showing you how to get started, right? To get started, we're just going to do this bit, right? So we don't need the walking at the moment, really, but I can show you how it's done anyway while I'm here. But I will show you more of it in the future, where it's more intricate detail of how to do it, and easing linear, right? So we go, put that there and take him all the way to about there, and the first one is here, and the last one, let's move that up a bit because I can't see it. Hang on, I'm gonna have to take that down a bit, and I've got something I've got to do because I'm finding it very difficult to do this at the moment. Let's click on that one and drag that way, and just go down there. Okay, so let's just see what happens now. Alright, so let's just put this one back where it was, back over there. Right, so let's do that. Let's play that now. As you can see, he's walking across there, right? So that's what happens. You have to click on the circles for each part. So the front one had to be there, and this one you have to click on the circle there and put it to where you want it to walk off, right, or wherever, you know. They're doing like that. So you must be on a ledge or something here, right? Either that or he'd fall down there. So, but you know, but that's how you do the walking, by adding an animation, which I just did. I done linear, put that, and I put the properties as position, and all I did was move from one position to another. Simple as that. That's how easy it is to get them to walk, right? That's just the ordinary characters. 3D characters, the creator characters, are harder, and I would have to do a proper video to show you how that works in the near future. So we'll do that, don't worry. Okay, so now we've got a character who's walking on there. You want, say you want to add something else. You got a plus sign up here at the top of the canvas here. Click on that and it can give you text, so you can add text if you want to, and you can put something in there. So you click on the text itself, you can select it like that, and then put something like up on the roof, for example, right? So at the moment it's in white, and the colours there, look, so you can change the colour if you wish. So you can change it to any of the colours by clicking on this, change it to blue maybe, or light blue, green, red, pink, whatever. Now you do all that changing like that. Let's just do yellow for a moment, and light yellow like that, right? So now you can change the actual typeface, whether it's Abril or Archivo Black or Black Ops 1 or whatever. There's lots of different fonts there available, and you can like them if you want to, so you get them in your like area. And there's some Google fonts as well, you can get some of them as well. So you got a lot of choice there for what stuff you want, and it gives you all the different options here for that particular thing, which I will go into on another video, right? For the moment, what I need to do is I will need to put a shadow on, or border on this, so you can see it better. I'll put a border on, 2 on the border, maybe 5 actually. 5, and I'm going to change it to black. It looks a bit more distinctive like that. And I might also add a shadow to it, so let's just add a shadow. I will show you how to do this in a future video properly. So 2 on that, like so. That looks better, doesn't it? Right, so you got a character there, he's singing up on the roof and he's walking across there. Right, I ain't gonna put him actually doing that, but what I will do is I'll have him saying it maybe. So let's get to the music there, and we'll put the speech on, and we're going to use Google because I don't want to have to lose some credits just for a tutorial. And we're going to put up on the roof. Right, up on the roof, and change it to male 9, and just do that and just generate the speech there. Preview that.
Up on the roof.
So there you go, and import that, and it goes to your media. So what you need to do then is just drag it to the timeline, and you can also you cannot sync it to the character on the ordinary characters, only 3D creator characters. That's an important thing for you to know. Right, so let's just play that now and see what's happening.
Up on the roof.
Right, so he says that as he's walking along, so you can't see his mouth moving anyway. But if you wanted to see his mouth moving, you'd have to look for the action that says, let's have a look, talking. Now you'd have a talking action like that one, but there's no point in doing that for this one really at the moment. All I wanted to do was show you how to get started, and that's showing you how to put a background on, how to put a text on, how to get a character on. You can draw with a pen if you wanted to, like that. You can draw lines and stuff, so you can do that if you wish, and then you can delete it if you want to, like so. You can also change what it is with these different things here. It says there, click add point, click and drag, add Bezier point, double click toggle points, single click delete base or Bezier, alt and drag base point to Bezier, break Bezier points align mode, stuff like that. So there's different things there, and you can click on the keyboard and it tells you the different keyboard things that you can do. So that's all the options for using the pen. You've got a rectangle you can add, or a circle, triangle, square and arc that way. Or you can go back onto the studio, get out of the character area by clicking the left mouse button on the left arrow up the top, like that. And then you've got things here like boost elements. So you've got different things here which you can use, or you can use the shapes here. A lot of different shapes and different types of things here. You can change the colours of these and everything. You've also got your images and the icons. So you got different kinds of images here. Look at that. Let's just put that on. Like so. Obviously I need to, what's it that up? Actually I've got to take that pen off there. Delete that, get back on there. I want to resize that, so resize that there, bring it back up, resize it again to about here, put it there. Now I wanted to add that image just after the words come up. I just put it there. That's too late, isn't it? I need to put it there because we're going to about 10 and then it stops at 10. So like that. So I'm just going to cut that off there and then off there. So I'm pushing them back. What I do is I clicked on the left mouse button and it changed to that, and I'm pushing it back like that, so that it all stops at the same time, right? So what I need to do is I need to add this this there. I want to bring that on to the scene. How do you do that? There are two ways you can do it. You could add animation this way, or you can click on the item, go to motion and position right, and that'll bring it in from the left to the right. Right, this will show you in a minute. Let's just show. Right, there you go. You see it come across there. That was pretty good. Right, so you can do that if you wish, something like that. Right, so you can use the motions with items as well, but you don't have to. You could have done it that way by clicking on the motions. There's lots of preset motions here for different things, and it's a good idea to have a look through them, right? Or if I didn't want to use the preset motion like that, I could add a motion like this by going position and easing linear. Right, so you can do that. You drag that out a little bit so you can see the first one, and the first one's got to be off screen. Second one is going to be there, right? So that's it. That does exactly the same thing. So you can do it that way as well, right? Like that. Just as easy. So that's two ways of doing it using the animation, right? But I like to do the motion. It's quicker and easier to do, like that. So let's get back on there and do that. Right, so that's coming in from that left side and swinging in. Oops, that's not right, so let's just delete that animation, bring that back to there, and then you've got to have it on the screen for it to work with the motion. So I forgot to mention that. So that'll look alright now. It'll come on from there like that. Okay, so I hope this is useful to you, and it's a start for you to learn, right? But you can use all the different things here. You can go to the studio, pick up a lot of things from there, have a look through it. There's lots of icons as well, lots of different things you can put on your image if you want to, and you've got a lot of effects as well, and there's other things down here which we'll go further into in the future. I've gone over my time, so I better leave it there, but it's the start of starting from scratch is what we've done. So hopefully that gives you a few things to look at and play about with. Try and play about with it as best you can, but don't worry about making a mistake. All you need to do, if there's a problem, just switch it off after you've saved. Save your app, save your program, what you've done as whatever project it is, like that. So you can change the project name to, let's say, test 1, for example. Do that, save it wherever it is. It's going to save in on my desktop, right? Check where you're saving it to, right? Make sure it's saved in your desktop, and then you can go back to it like that. Test 1, there you go. So it's on my desktop, and then you can publish it if you wish. So you go to video, MP4, WebM or MLV. Your quality, you can change your quality according to what you want that are there. Right, I usually leave it as it is, and 1920 by 1080, and ends with the last frame. Okay, that's fair enough. Use the old rendering engine if you have to. Use HW acceleration. If you have a problem with it and it doesn't finish, say it's stuck on a number, you can usually take off the HW acceleration and try rendering again, and then it sometimes works. If that doesn't work still, you could use the old rendering engine instead, and that usually works. If it doesn't work, then you can also get rid of all your cache memory. So if you go to your hard drive, remove the cache off your hard drive, whichever one is, with a C drive or whatever. You can remove the cache off there, remove the cache off any of your browsers, and then try it again, and it should work. And if it still doesn't work, then you've got a problem with either a driver needs to be installed, or is installing but hasn't been finished because you need to restart your computer. So then you just have to restart your computer, check that your caches are clear, and then start it up again and try re-rendering. So you can then, once you've put all that right to what you want, you select, and it gives you the output folder, and just put video MP4. You can change that to whatever name you want, and then save. And then you click show queue, and it'll render it like that very quickly. I mean, obviously this isn't much anyway, so it should render this very quickly indeed. Right, and once it's rendered, that's it. You can open file, and it should play your file then.
Up on the roof.
Okay, that was it basically. Okay, and then you could open the folder to find out where you saved it to, and as you can see, it's on my desktop somewhere there. There it is, video MP4. That's the one, right? So I hope that's useful to you. There is one other thing I want to say before I go, and that is this. You got this AI here. Right, so I need to get off that a minute. This AI here, you just click on that, and it gives you generate image. So if you want to do an AI image that you can't find anywhere else, you can click on that and generate an image. Also got remove text from an image, background removal, upscale image, object removal, and create voiceover. So this gives you the options to do AI stuff as well. I need to get into this on its own in a video separately, because obviously there's a lot of things here to deal with. So I will do that in the future. So at the moment, I think we're finished for this video, and hope you've enjoyed it, and hope it's been useful to you. Right, if you have any questions about the video, or if you need to ask any questions, please do so. I'm available most of the time, so if you want to ask a question, I will try and answer you as soon as I get the question myself. So please do ask questions if you wish. Okay, and I will try and help you as best I can. Thank you, and I hope you've enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe to Tony's Tutorials if you did, and if you found it useful. Right, have a good day, and thank you very much.